A very good evening friends, and in this video we are creating a new application and not the empty activity but a tabbed activity. So this is, I have selected a tabbed activity. I'm going to name it as Edu tab, and then you click on finish. Now there are some methods and some functions already inbuilt, and then we don't have to do much here, only we have to change the basic structure. So here you see that this is my main activity.java, and if I run the application, then what do you see? You will see some tabs and the fragments getting displayed on the each tab. So just wait for a while and this is coming. So here you see that if I click on the tab 2, it says hello world from section 2 or hello world from section 1, and this is a floating action button. Or okay, now if you look at the basic structure, then the code has already been written there, and this is, we are into the main activity.java, and there you see that we have a snack bar and we have a floating action button, and here this is fragment main.xml. so this is a fragment with a constraint layout and one text view where the id is the section underscore label. Okay, and this is our main activity.java where the code is already written there. The view pager is there, the object for the view pager, and then the set adapter, and then we have the tab layouts and the tab dot the setup with the view pager, and the floating action button fab is also there. On the fab you have got one on click listener. Okay, and this is a section pager adapter. So what we need is, now you see, so this is what the action looks like. Now what we need is, we go into the Java and into our package. So above one, yes, so you have seen that we have the Edu services or Edu tab, we have the UI.main and then the main activity.java. Then there I create a new so I just create a new class, and I'm going to call this class as fragment 1, and this class will inherit the Android X fragment class. So this one I'm just naming because we have two tabs, we need two fragments, fragment 1 and fragment 2. So the super class, this is fragment Android X dot fragment dot app dot fragment. So this is our fragment 1 class, and this extends to the fragment, and then will display. Okay, then we need to go to the another one, and the layout file I want to play. So this is my new resource layout file, I'm calling it as a fragment 1 layout. So this both layouts, I will not going for the default ones, we are just creating a fragment 1 layout, and then I have a corresponding class called as fragment 1. So inside this fragment I add some feature, this layouts fragment 1 layout.xml, and then I provide a background to this as color accent. Okay, and then I simply copy and paste it there to create the another fragment layout, and I'm going to call it as a fragment 2. Now finish, and then here I change the background so that we can recognize them. So I choose this color primary. Okay, so now I need one more Java class, so I simply copy and paste it there and name it as fragment2. Oh, spelling I think is wrong. Yes. Okay. So now we need to inflate these layouts. So I go into this fragment1 class extending fragment and then just type on create view, and then you will see that this return super dot on create view inflator comma inflate. So we simply just remove all this and we'll write inflator return inflator dot inflate r dot layout, and this is fragment1. So our layout here will be fragment1 layout comma container, and then attach root you just make it as false. Okay, so same thing we'll do for the fragment2 also. Now I go to the fragment2. Yes, and I simply do the same thing on create view, and then the rest thing will follow, and then I'll just make it return inflator dot inflate r dot layout dot fragment2 layout r dot layout dot fragment2 layout comma container, and attach root is false. Okay, semicolon. Here we are done. Now we go, so this is all done. Now we go into the main activity, and then there you see certain things are there, and we can find another one, that is a section page adapter. There I can find, and there is one page view model. So you have got a floating action button on which on click view, and that displays a snack bar, and this you have already seen. So now here I create the object for the fragment1 and the one object for fragment2. So the fragment1 object is fragment1 and the fragment2 object is fragment2. And then instead of doing this, we can do some other stuff, and I can create the object in that class also. Okay, but fine. So we have in the UI main, you see that there are this one section pager adapter. Now here I think, yes, there, here you see this public fragment get item int position. So if we go into this class, then here we can replace our fragment, and this function will return the fragment object. So I just use, these are the things, already code is written. We are making some little changes to this code, and because whole structure is already done. Here the public int get count is returned to, because we have 2 tab, so that is fine. Then yes, so this is int count, and then above we have got a get item. Then inside the get item, if we use switch statement to understand that which particular fragment is to be placed, okay, then I create one object for the fragment and then making it null, and then we can run the switch statement and just to check that whichever whichever tab button is clicked, and then accordingly we will display that particular fragment. This is our whole task. So now we'll go into the get item, not here, in the get item, okay, and then into this get item we'll create the object for the fragment. So let me remove these lines. So fragment, and now here you make them null. Okay, so this is done, and then we'll run a switch statement, and that statement will verify the position. And if case is 1, like if position is 1, then the first fragment will be displayed. So if case is 0, then the fragment equal to new fragment 1, because it is beginning with the two things, means 0 and 1, not 1 and 2. That's why the case is 0. And then break, and then we have another one. This is case 1, and there we'll make the object of fragment as new fragment 2. Okay, so now we can provide break here also. Even if you do not provide, there are only 2 cases, that does not make much sense. But if you provide, it is according to the syntax, and then there you write return fragment, because the function name is public fragment get item and int position. So yeah, this semicolon is not required. Even I can remove the break also. Even if you keep it there is no problem. The break statement you can provide. Now I am running the application, and now you see that the fragments will be changed. Okay, so it's coming. This is very simple. So the most of the code was already provided by the Android Studio, and now here you see this is our first pink color accent color. Now see, if I click on this tab, this is our primary color and this is our color accent, and this is what it is done. Thank you very much, and then subscribe to our channel, and in the next video we'll try to add some more information to these fragments. So have a very nice time. Stay healthy.